Hello everyone, my dear friends. Here it is, I have a bright box. That means inside my phone is an interesting phone. And you know what makes it interesting is that it is Ultra State Employee priced up to $100. And what does this have to do with model with an interesting name, Techno Spark Go 2024? Fresh new. So how much does this phone cost? Maybe someone will take it there, or children, or maybe grandparents for parents. This phone comes with memory 464, but on the box, proud written 864. Explain why it is, them add 4, physical plus 4, expandable turns out to be type 8. But according to, in fact, we have 4G by here, exactly 64. I have the color. Now I'll show you the color is beautiful gray, even not gray. It's so dark, gray now. I'll show you how it looks like. This is the phone. From different angles, it can look different. Look, that is something like this. Yes, if you look. Well, in short, such an unusual color. I like it big block with cameras. Oh, this. How am I so interested in the block with cameras? There are only 2 cameras here. 1 flash. Well, agree that the phone does not look like an ultra-budget employee. Looks quite good at all. How much does it cost you now? I'll show you, everything is already on sale in stores. You can officially buy it with a guarantee, new in the store on the shelves. They are already worth it. You can come see and touch it. It has a nice matte finish and, such a coating. If you compare it, it looks like glass lies some. But this block is like a camera. He knows he doesn't perform. But here it's like this. The strip limits it from this part, and this is already a glossy coating, more like this slippery. Here we have a double flash and 2 camera modules on the back. Looks like iPhone because these ones are big eyes. Means the sidewall is plastic that me. I was surprised that there's USB here, type C, and not micro USB. Has a headphone jack speaker with left side SIM tray right button, including 2 separate scanners in it. Volume buttons as on iPhone, and not a single rocker at the top. Looks like it's hardly a speaker. Probably this is a microphone. So now this is a phone costs $70, but that's if you take it version for $464. If you take the version at $364, it will cost a little cheaper than $65. And if $464 on 128 gigs, that's $85. That is, in short, this little difference actually. So you take it there for yourself or for someone else. Gift, take it, don't regret it, it's already there, these $10, $15. But take 4, 128. It will already be much better than, for example, $464. You see, the difference is $10, but at the same time, you get twice as much memory for 1 gig more RAM. In my opinion, it makes sense to overpay in general. Tecno does as always. Cool design, even for little money. Saw the guys themselves up to $100 possible. Even the 128 GB version is very easy to grab, not bad for these times. This is it, really. Spark Go 2024, watching what's in the package so cheap. On the phone they can give us, and here. We have a transparent silicone case, a film that can be glued, self-extended warranty, 12 plus 1 month, that is 13 months documentation, how to charge a SIM card, how to enable certificate. This is the kit. This is the top. Look, the case is normal, so decent, really good. Decent case. And we also have it, W power supply. Yes, 10W. Small, compact, not fast-charging USB type cable and paperclip to open the SIM tray. Well, everything is generally done perfectly. Ideally just ideal, guys. For such money is a sin to complain. It's generally great. This is absolutely great. I open it again and look at what kind of SIM tray is here. And what about this paperclip? Look at what unusual rectangular, well done. Well done. Of course, there is no impression at all that I just bought something cheap. Really good. Here's the first one. Impressions of how you bought the phone. It came home really great impressions. Look, the SIM tray is still neatly made with sealing rubber 2 SIM cards. You can install a flash drive. You can install. Everything is done to the highest standard assembly. Is good. No creaks or play. Some big, gigantic gaps like that. Look, what are they bragging about? They are promoting this phone firstly. This is HD plus screen, 6.6 inches, 90 Hz. The coolest thing. I already thought about it. I bought the phone for $70 and received 90 Hz screen. Well, what next, scanner? Prints are also rare in this budget. Many do them without, only make ultra scanners with facial recognition function. That is, the front camera works, and more double stereo speakers, guys. I'm just shocked. I didn't believe this company. Stereo speakers, I thought it was a microphone actually made. They write that it is stereo sound, guys, for $70 with stereo sound. It never ceases to amaze me. 64 GB ROM 4+4, RAM 5000, USB battery type. C, remove this film. This is what it looks like. The phone from the front is generally normal. A typical modern smartphone does not blow away. It doesn't smell like some kind of cheapness ultra budget, you know? No, you just bought it for yourself. Modern normal Android is nothing, doesn't feel different in any way. Some vibe from more expensive models. Well, of course, according to the characteristics, there are differences, but for some reason tactile. Yes, the kit is not bad. Well, except for charging weekly, so everything okay like you, the rest, so it's all me. I'm putting everything away. Let's now switch to the phone itself. Phone. Well, if you're going to take it, of course, for 128 gigs, because the overpayment is only $10–15. But at the same time, you get 4 gigs of RAM and already 128 gigs internal memory. C. Which screen, guys? Bright, rich, even though it's IPS matrix, but he's really cool. I'm set the phone brightness to maximum launched here. 6.6-inch diagonal HD+, HD resolution, plus 1612 by 720 pixels, 90 Hz, and we have glass in front, closes our screen. It's unclear what generation. Maybe it was the burning eye, but I think it's unlikely below. Of course there is chin. Well, what did we want in the phone? For $70. But the most important thing is not a drop, but hole in the screen. Hole in the screen looks already as before. Length width 75.6 and thickness 8.6 mm. In general, the screen dimensions are normal too. There is a good aspect ratio application menu. The phone itself works. Now on Android version 13, Android Go Special, so simplified version for weak phones. Although I can't really call it very weak normal phone with Unisoc processor Tiger. Now I'll show you how much he is. Dials has an extension function RAM for 1 or 2 or 4 GB each by default enabled for 1 GB already. Immediately from the box manufacturer intended it this way. 4+1. That's why I wanted to say further screen. Go to screen settings here. You can choose a dark theme or a light one. The topic can be set to switch by. According to the schedule, the brightness is adjusted manually or automatically. There is a light sensor. The phone has a function not to turn off screen. When will it be there all the time? Enabled further screen timeout can be changed how long it will take for it to go out. I set the refresh rate to maximum changes, either automatically to I installed the phone myself or chose force on all applications. 60 or forced, always 90. I will put auto. Is 90 Hz felt? Is it different from 0? Well, you know, not much, but a little but not much, 120. Of course it would be cooler. But again, we understand the price. Price already good, at least 90 here. They gave us 1-, which I didn't like it. That's what this one is. The phone does not support the NFC module. I understood why. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's so expensive to get it. Put it in the budget one too. But it's not here accordingly. It closes in front of you. The world of contactless payment is very much for you. This is critical. If so, then the phone is not for you if it's suitable. If not, then in principle it's possible. Let's move on. Next point. This is, of course, the hardware processor here, Unisoc. Tiger T606 is probably the most budget 8-core processor with powerful Cortex cores. A 75, which is only maybe with powerful 12 cores, nanometers. No support 5G, yes, support 3G, 4G. Internet works fast, but 5G doesn't support it. Still not the best top processor video, Core Mali G57 what it gives us. Antutu get ready for $70, we get approximately 240,000 points. 250 is even closer to 250. I think this is good performance for a phone is like this same price category, some Helio G36, some G37, G35, or some old Unisoc SC9863, and they will dial about 100 in total. Redmi 9A, some old Redmi 9C, that's it. They weaker. Redmi 10A, Redmi A2, plus A1, plus Poco C51. All these phones are me. I list them. In principle, they cost approximately same number, but they are weaker than this phone. The most important thing is that he really doesn't feels like a weak and dead phone. It works fine. Everything is fast memory speed. Opens here. K. Unfortunately, eMMC 5.1, 475 MB, read 128. For recording, I conducted a multi-touch test, and he supports only 5 touches, not 10, but 5. Trying to add a 6th touch already. He still doesn't feel his 6th touch. All 5 touches are sensors. That is. They also seem to have saved it a little bit, here considered the most important. The most important. The coolest thing is that here is a test for throttling is just perfect. The flagship alone can't do this. They will envy him. The phone's on Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, Gen just green graph. What's at the beginning? That in the end there is no fall at all. No ideal smooth schedule, all thanks to low frequencies. The frequency is only 16600. What's there reduce the already low frequency, as he lets him work all the time in the cold and not warm up, and not really, this is to drop more frequencies. So okay, normal processor for state employees. The best, I think. The best what do you need in phones for $70 in general. Fits perfectly, much better than Helio G36. Well, you can play for $70. Yes, of course, guys. Just not on top graphics, you mean. But this understands perfectly well what's going on here, show off for 70 phone. Naturally, he will pull everything to the maximum with such standard settings. I didn't change the settings, that's what he set PUBG by default. But naturally, if you play games, take it version for 128, yes. In any case, not even if you play, take the 128 version anyway. But this is really not the case when $10 even worth saving now. The flash drive is more expensive. It's better to buy from used normal memory and sell it later. It will be easier, and it will be easier for you yourself. Use it for 128 gigs. But I took it for 64. I took almost the lowest configuration, 464. Well, in fact, it was necessary to add 10 more and take 128 already. It's not that great. The difference is this. This is how it all goes. Nobody there. It's hard to call it much quieter. This is directly equivalent to a stereo. Yes, it's still like this speaker. Let's take it for 1. And this one is somewhere around Auto 2 or Aero 3. That is, somewhere 1 and 3 are not two dynamics. A1 and 3 you have, but still a little nicer than just one speaker. Still a little nicer just play you can actually play. Hear what the Chinese learned to do for $70. Can you imagine? I still have this. I can't wrap my head around the fact that I'm real. I keep the phone for $70. Just new not used, no new with warranty, and also a new model just released, just came out. He will be there all year, 20. The 4th one is relevant. All of it will be Take It, and then at the end, 20 Techno will be released in the 4th year. Spark Go 2025 already like this, but I don't think he will just strikingly different. This is what it means. The games are on. Well, now let's talk about cameras, ZHEM from camera. Of course, zoom, optical minimum 5x, optical, of course, stabilization, video recording, 8K, 30 FPS. Yes, okay guys, well no, of course we are here. Full HD 30 frames on the front camera. Full HD 30 frames means zoom maximum. At photographing, 4x when shooting video, also 4x flash. But HDR available aspect, ratio changes, filters built in. There is even a night mode. There is also, of course, a short video. What is this? Is this some kind of video like, here you can be an editor, a little bit edit your skin somehow? Trick to have fun for teenagers, children in short. Let's try to make pictures. What kind of cameras are here? 13 megapixels main module, an additional on 008 about him right away? We forget, because he does it simply, here needed for quantity, for beauty, and maybe like a depth sensor 8 megapixel front is also used. That is, there are 2 rear cameras, 13. Let's try to do it something very simple. For example, we simulate the situation. You need something, take a photo of some text document, and you no need to take pictures here, nowhere to dig in the settings to enable high resolution, because here it's always standard 13 megapixels, so the photo is loaded, and we see that. Well, not the highest detail, but in general the text is possible. Consider if you take a photo closer, focus due on at a distance of about 20 centimeters from the object, then everything will be much clearer. Here is the text we read, well, that is, notes in school. Notes. He was taking pictures of some homework. The text will be recognized normally now myself, and a couple more things do it yourself. Using a button, adjustments volume up. So come on. Let's see. It's me, 13 megapixels. Wow, listen up. The quality is about the same as that of Redmi 9. A, even maybe a little better. B, even better. Popular phone was Xiaomi back in the day. RI 9. Here for me the quality seems better. Damn, it's okay for $70. Then in general, especially who does not launch often, the camera will generally it seems like the camera is awesome. Flash doesn't work very well. Which, by the way, is it double or single flash here? Here she has double 2 flashes working. She's powerful, but I wouldn't recommend her often enjoy because the frame is with her. It doesn't always turn out good now. We check the front camera, 8 megapixel. There is also a flash here and moreover screen flash. There is a flash separate LED, again prevents the phone from getting tired. Surprise me. Well, the front camera super budget here. I can say that. Yes, she really is an 8. Don't expect many megapixels from it there for photography. This is the most primitive phone. There aren't any super interesting modes. Night mode. But he's so. There's a selfie. There's an ordinary 1 camera. Zoom, small 4x. Well, just a couple run something once a week. Take a photo like this. As needed, and that's it. But seriously, there at him, take pictures to lead some social networks to make beautiful artistic photographs. I would not. If you shoot a video on it, too important thing for you. It's better to take it some used iPhone, and there you'll get a much better camera. Otherwise, the phone will be worse. But there are better options specifically for the camera, maximum volume. So I tell you now, I'll show you how these speakers sound. I'll try. Look like this, it sounds like this, top audible, yes. Maximum volume top now lower, but lower louder, but overall, the 2 speakers sound very good. For such a price, they sound solid like more expensive models. It's quite loud and high quality battery, 5,000 down, yes, energy saving function. And here you also know what feature is there when you turn it on. Well, some notifications come here. This whole is used as type of animation. Like Athos D, and here, this is it, the Chinese give. Well done, guys. Of course, they made this phone for $70, but in the maximum configuration, of course, $85. But agree, this also inexpensive, buy additional headphones for it and buy more glass instead of film, which is included glass and headphones, and that's it. And you have the complete set. So what can I say in summary about this phone, guys? Is not even worth thinking about. Of course you have to take why, because I'll explain for this money. This is generally great offer. I don't think I liked it. See if I'm here. Personally, I wouldn't invest if I changed it money for the development of stereo sound everything anyway. It kind of takes away from the budget. I would instead of the top speaker, it is of course cool. But I would do NFC first, think this is a higher priority. Made NFC instead of the top speaker, could also make it even worse. The front camera would remove this flash, which is not really needed here, frontal, yes. And instead I pumped up the rear camera a little and installed it. I would have a 50 megapixel module too. Maybe I would have done something else. Yes. That's it, probably. That's all. The only thing is, yes, I would installed NFC instead of the cool front camera and flashes to the front. I would do 50 megapixel rear camera, and that would be really cool. Then there really wouldn't be any downsides at all that this is how Techno turned out Spark. Go 2024. Write your opinion to me. Phone number. Everyone liked it for the money. See you soon. Luck and goodbye, everyone.